guys, it's Night Fear, and I have come on to post my Library-A-Thon TBR. This readathon started on June 3rd. I am a little late posting, but I have been reading, and it goes through June 9th. This is another TBR or another readathon that is just for library books, this is library books. Either ebooks or physical library books. And this is hosted by Books Are My Social Life. I will link his channel down below. He is really hilarious. And I really enjoy watching him, so you guys really should check him out. Okay, so there are 6 challenges on this in this readathon, and so I'm going to show you what I am reading for each one. Now, the first one is to read a book that was from a country that contains a country that you've never read before. I picked Written in the Stars by Ashi Saeed, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And this actually was recommended by Books Are My Social Life. He did a whole video about, here, let me move this back a little. He did a whole video on recommending books. I believe it was Muslim books, but this is about a girl who, her parents are very conservative, and basically they told her that you know, she can do whatever she wants, but they're going to pick her husband. And she ends up falling in love with the boy, and they're not happy, and so they move her to, or they travel to Pakistan, and she thinks they're just visiting, and they've actually gone there to find her a husband. So it sounds really good, and I'm all about finding books, diverse books, and I have never read anything about or, you know, going to Pakistan, and so I thought this would be interesting. And it's a kind of a short book. It's like it's like 270 something, 278, no, 77, 277 pages. So it's really, and it looks like really easy to read. So, but that's my one for a different country, and I know it does start, I think, in the U.S. I think. It doesn't really say where she starts, but they're going to Pakistan, so I hope this is okay. Because I had already checked out these books because I wasn't going to do Library-A-Thon, and then I was like, well, I'm going to do it. I'm going to participate because I saw some other people posting their TBRs, and I was like, what the heck. So anyway, Written in the Stars, that's the first one. The second challenge is to read a book that you've never heard of before. Now, when we were at the library, I'm not sure if I said this at my library hall, but I was sitting there waiting for Kayla, and I had a book or two that I, you know, could check out, and I was looking, and I saw she has another, or Ren, I don't know if it's a man or a woman. It's a woman, Ren. She has another book. Let me see if it has the name. It doesn't. But she had another book sitting there, and this one was actually sitting beside it. And this is actually her first book, and I decided to pick this one first, and it's called The Girl from the Well. It's by Ren Chepeko. And as you can see, I have started it. I'm that far in. So it's basically about a spirit, and she was killed in a horrible way, and so she actually kills pedophiles, the people that hurt, well, not necessarily pedophiles, but people that hurt children, that kill children. And so she ends up seeing this boy, and he has tattoos all over his arm, and she sees this spirit behind him, and it's really, really, really good and kind of spooky, and I really like it. And yes, so far. So yeah, and I had never heard of this author or this book, and it, like I said, it's really good, and so I'm hoping that it's gonna continue to be good. And it's also another short one. It's 200 and yeah, guys, I always read long books, and First few here are kind of short, so it's pretty good that I'm actually getting short books too. 265. So yeah, for me, that's really a short book. Okay. The next one is Out of Your Comfort Zone. Now, this is the only one that I got on my Kindle. I do not like mysteries. I do not read mysteries. And so I looked on my app for my library. It's an Overdrive app. And I looked up mysteries. And I went through and I went through and I went through. And some of the ones that looked interesting, I couldn't get right away. But anyway, so this is the one. It's called The Scarlet Gown. And it's by Sarah Mallory. And it looks like one of those like romancy mysteries kind of thing. I'll read the description to you. It says, when impoverished Lucy Halbrook arrives at Lord Adversane's estate, she knows her assignment is unusual. Not only will she act as hostess at his Midsummer Eve's play, she must also pretend to be his fiancée. What Lucy doesn't know is that Ralph is hiding something dark and dangerous. He must uncover the truth behind his wife's death, and Lucy is the key. She challenges him at every turn, and as each day passes, unlocks a little more of Ralph's guarded heart. So, I don't know. It's kind of touching on the mystery part. I like historical romance, somewhat. So, we'll see. I'm hoping I like this one. And it's got a 3.5 rating on Goodreads, so I might like it. So for the next one, Meaning to Read, I picked 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher, because I had been meaning to read this. I actually finished this yesterday. I did post a discussion video already on this channel, because this library book has to go back tomorrow. It's due tomorrow, and I don't have any more thingies, any more renews, whatever you want to call them. But I'm done with it anyway, so... But yeah, I really like this book. Really, really like this book. And if you don't know what it's about, this boy Clay gets cassette tapes from Hannah, who he's had a crush on, and she actually kills herself. And the tapes are actually to 13 different people telling them why she killed herself. So, but like I said, I did a discussion video about it, so if you guys want to check that out, I will link that down below so you can check that out. Okay, the next one is recommended by a librarian. I looked and looked and looked and looked and looked, and well, I couldn't really find anything good that I already had that was recommended by a librarian. And since, like I said, I'd already checked these out, not planning on doing the Library-A-Thon, I just picked one of the books, and I picked this Savage Song by Victoria Schwab. It doesn't really fit this challenge, but I'm going to use it for this challenge anyway. And I've already started this one too, and like I said, I'm that far into it. I'm liking it okay so far. And I have never read anything by her, so we'll see. And basically it's about Kate, okay, so this city Verity, it's split in half. It's the south and the north. And the north is controlled by Harker, who is Kate's dad. And he's like a really evil, I don't know, they portray him as kind of evil, but I don't know, we'll see. Criminal, maybe that's a better word, until I figure out really if he is evil. But it's controlled by him, and he charges people for their safety. And then the southern part is controlled by Henry, and he is more, we have to protect the people because we have to protect the people. So anyway, Kate is Harker's daughter, and she has just come home. He sent her off, and she's just come home, and August is actually a monster. And so something happens. They call it the phenomena, and I don't know what it is because they really haven't explained it. But for some reason, whenever somebody does a violent act, a monster is created. And so far, there are 3 types of monsters. Let me see if it says this real quick. No, it doesn't. There are Malkias. Oh, here we go. it's Corsia's, Malchia, which are more like vampires. And these guys are just like monsters. And then the Sine, they are, they sing a song and steal your soul, it says. This is like the little poem, okay? But anyway, so August is actually the Sunye, and, you know, so he sings a song, or plays a song and steals your soul. And that's all I'm going to tell you, because I don't want to spoil it. But, yeah, it's good so far. I was a little confused at first because it doesn't really go into a lot of detail. And so I was trying to figure things out, and it, like I said, it got kind of confusing, but yeah, it's pretty good so far. Okay, the last one is Read a Bookish Book. Now, I was doing a buddy read with Dane Reads, and we were supposed to have it done by Sunday. I didn't get it done. I started it. That's where I am, and this is The Book Thief by Marcus Zuzak. I'm hoping to get it done for this readathon. I don't know. If I'm going to try to read it a little bit more and see. The writing style is just, I don't care for the writing style at all. And yeah, so we'll see. If I can't read it this week, I might just DNF it. But, you know, I wanted to kind of participate in this readathon at least a little bit, because all the books on my TBR are books either that I got from the library, physical or ebook, or they are ARCs that I got from NetGalley. So, yeah, there's that. So, but anyway, this is my TBR for the Library-A-Thon. I will link that video in case if you decide, I know it's a little late, but in case you decide you want to participate. And you definitely need to check out Books Are My Social Life, and I'll also link my discussion video down below. And I'll be back in just a little bit with my whole entire June TBR, and you guys are going to die when you see how many books I'm going to try to read this month. But hey, you know, what the heck? Please be kind to each other, and I'll see you in the next video.